I can definitely be a workaholic in certain ways, not in the traditional sense. People who aren't climbers a lot of times look at me and they're like, you just play all the time for your job. But I think if anybody were to really be able to experience exactly what I would do, they would see that you have to get serious about it, and you have to be obsessive, and you have to really work hard. I think parents like to fill their children with wonder, and most of them show them movies, or kids really get into comic books or things like this. For me, it was actually taking me to the mountains.
I think we recognize that Tommy was a little bit different when he chose to climb the diamond. It was really pretty much his idea. He figured he was ready, and so we decided to go up and do the diamond. He had no trouble with the free climbing. It was just so relaxed. He's always been a relaxed climber. Just seemed like he was in his element. First climb he did, he was about 3. We'd gotten this cool Spider-Man kite, and so we decided to go up the bowels of the owls on the backside of Twin Owls.
And my dad enticed me to go climb it by saying that we would get to fly a kite off the top.
Being Estes Park, it was a little kind of a windy day, and we got that kite way up there, and then the string broke and the kite took off. We had a good time of it.
We definitely did a lot of cool things, and we epicked a lot, and I think it started right off the bat when I was a little kid. And I actually love that.
He wrestled, he swam, he played t-ball. We really got him into as many things as we could so that he could make a choice. And, climbing is what he chose.
I don't know, when you're really, when it really counts, you stop really caring that much about the gear. Or you just, accept the fact that you could follow along with. But I'm not always like that.
He really chose to be a climber, I think, as a 7th grader when we built that climbing wall at school. He had a whole bunch of kids to compare himself to, and he was obviously better.
Yeah, I love it. I love just being on El Cap and sort of living up there and working towards this really cool objective.
Snowbird was sort of the predecessor to the World Cups. At that time, they called it the Snowbird World Invitational. And so we just thought we'd go out and basically get some autographs. Well, the day before, they had a citizens comp. Tommy wins the citizens comp. Then we find out, the person in the citizens comp is automatically entered in the big boys comp the next day. So on Friday, Tommy won the citizens comp, and on Saturday he won Snowbird, and all of a sudden there he was.
It was the jump from this is just a fun sport that Michael and Tommy do together that they're having a good time with, oh my gosh, maybe something's gonna come out of this.
It was a terrifying experience for 4 American rock climbers.
This group was taken hostage by Islamic militants in Central Asia. They were held at gunpoint for 6 days. Little food, no water, and freezing cold temperatures at 13,000 feet.
Caldwell says when they were held captive, the conditions were horrible.
I went on a climbing expedition when I was 21 years old to southwest Kyrgyzstan. Got taken hostage for 6 days by Islamic militants with machine guns and big beards and really scary looking people. We saw lots of people get shot right in front of us. We had to lay on dead bodies. And I ended the trip thinking that I had killed somebody because to escape I pushed our remaining captor off of a cliff.
Their personalities were changed for a long time.
We spent 6 days without food, very little water, super scared, super cold, and any amount of suffering I've been through since kind of pales in comparison. So if I'm sitting on some little ledge in Patagonia shivering, I'm like, this isn't really that big of a deal,
Now you're settling in for the night, you're getting your bed ready.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to sleep in?
This, what I'm wearing right here. I do have this Gore-Tex jacket.
Nice. That's going to be your additional layer?
Yeah, and I'm already cold, and it's not even night yet. I think climbing throws a lot of challenges at us, and it's taught me that you just kind of adapt and you make it happen. The things that I've gravitated towards the most as I've gotten older are things that take the abilities from all the aspects and combine them, and I think that's why El Cap became such a big thing for me. The Dawn Wall is, I mean, it's just an overwhelming, massive route. It goes up the steepest part of El Cap. It's super blank. I mean, it's the most technical, hardest climbing I've ever tried. Run against a lot of obstacles, and it's been an amazing experience. It's been super frustrating at times.
You gotta think of it as like a 14+ sport pitch.
Yeah.
And you gotta, instead of being like, you gotta take it, I don't know, you gotta like get psyched on little stuff, you know? Like you would if you were projecting 14C or D or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, you did the move. Oh, I linked through the middle.
I like those 2 moves.
I one hung to the crux and then fell twice and then did half the crux and then finished the crux.
Everybody's rallied around me, my family, my friends. So many people are showing support, which is great. It adds a little pressure too at the same time. I do think about that when I'm failing and I'm like, oh man, everybody's rowing so much into this, and if I don't do it, it's a little bit of a loss for them. You know, I feel like they're gonna be disappointed. When I ask myself that question, what if I don't, my mind doesn't go much far beyond that. I don't know if I just have a mental block there. I'm like, well, if I don't, then I move on to the next thing, and I take these lessons that I've learned and these experiences that I've had, and I just apply them somewhere else, or just put it in the bank of this crazy thing that I went through in life.